have a little dog calipers here, and we have wiped off, it's kept separated our little roller bearings, and this is not sure we're exactly on. They're adjustable, and we have extremely small increments under stock. 1250 is stock, and it's just not quite on the black line. So we have just a little bit of wear. That's on the big bearing. Just enough to say we have wear. And it's perfect 0.250 on the small bearing. So we can mix them up just fine. Don't have to worry about it. Here's our sleeve. Still in good shape. No fitting. Well, this here is your cork. That doesn't matter. We're worried about some buried surface. It's got a little age from sitting. No wear. It's nice and smooth. So we're good there. Okay, so we can throw all that in the dip, let it clean up. Throw all that in the dip, let it clean up. Appearances at this time, as I said, the hub seems to be good. And we're going to clean it to make sure that we don't have any pitting surfaces that we shouldn't have. And again, I'm going to let everybody vote on what they want me to do with the wheels. So at that juncture, okay, let me grab the camera from Opie, and I'm going to give you an up close here and a comparison. So let's get this in focus. Okay, we're going to get it real close. Okay, and you can see the corrosion on the spokes. And we're going to get a little closer. And you can see the corrosion starting on the rim. Okay, you can see inside the hub there. Now, this is what they look like when they're about that shape, when they're cleaned up. This is Baby, you all remember her. And this is what they look like when they're cleaned up. You follow? Original paint, original CAD, we get that focus there. An okay rim. There we go, in focus. It's an okay rim. This is what they look like when they're outstanding. This is our WL. We cleaned up. It's original paint, original rim, original spokes. It's all original patina, guys. It's original chrome. It's not re-chromed. NOS tires. You follow me? So we may not be able to get it quite that clean, and the chrome rim is not that nice, unfortunately. I wish. But we can get a lot of it back and bring it about where Baby is at. Let me bring this camera back in. Come on. There we go. There's Baby over there. Okay. And that is the cleaned up version of a very rough, but more or less original knucklehead. This is a very nice original knucklehead that has not been cleaned up yet. So let's go over here, and we're going to look at something else. So pardon the out of focus thing as I walk. And here we go. This is what I want to show you. This top motor mount, oops, get that close, and let's see if we can get this in focus. There we go. This top motor mount here, we got out of the stuff and went into the Gibbs. Now it sat around here. A little bit of white patina, we need to put more Gibbs on it and let it soak a little bit. That's what it comes out like there. Okay, so we can get that in focus a little bit better. There we go. Hard to look at something in focus at the same time. That there is a cleaned up top motor mount off of that original paint machine. 49 panhead peacock blue. So I don't want to rip the motor and transmission apart on this bike, and I shouldn't have to. At worst case scenario, I might have to pull the heads and reseal them. But I shouldn't have to pull the motor and tranny apart. Now the wheels are a little bit different. So I'm going to pull the rear stand off and the rear chain guard off, and I said the clutch and all that to clean all that up, but I don't want to pull it down every nut and bolt. There's only so many hours and so many days in the bike itself. I want to do as minimal as possible and still make it presentable and clean. So I'm gonna leave the wheels up to popular vote because it's such a pain in the butt to do it, and trying to keep it as true as possible to how it was found and presented in Greg Field's book. But if I leave them, they will deteriorate and corrode further, and that is another problem all by itself. I want them to destroy just because I didn't do it. So we're going to put this aside here to pull apart that little brake backing plate so I can put everything in the solvent at the same time. For those of you who remember me pulling apart the 38 brake and comparing it with the 49 brake, again we have black nuts and bolts and spacers here. That is correct, that is how they came. I've never seen anything other than that on the original paint machine. That doesn't mean that they didn't have it. You have to understand, in just 40, they made 40,000 roughly bikes. So how many tens of thousands of motorcycles did they make? And not one guy put it all together. Nobody knows it all, because no one guy did it all. We will never know it all. We will have a preponderance of possible evidence or complete evidence. And from there we make conjecture. Okay, so now we'll pull out our little cotter pin here. Pull that apart there. Again, we have the one spring. They're supposed to have a cotter pin here. I pulled them apart without a cotter pin before, but they're supposed to have it. Don't always need vice grips on the big ones. Okay, makes it easy when you take the nut off. Let's see if we can just get this to snap off. Now, you see how much easier this was? The 38, I had to go put it on the vise to take it off, because that's an old stock unit. You always get wear in here. The more mileage, the more wear. It's rocking back and forth, and they always start to wear and go like this. So, with our little brass washer, that's a problem. Some intelligent Harley Davidson mechanic doesn't seem to have the brass washer. There it is. Okay. Yay, it's just full of grease. Scary when I have this brass. You do not want to drive a mechanical brake unit down the road without this magic brass washer, copper, whatever the hell it is. I've seen brass, I've seen copper, that one looks copper. So, there's the inside there. Nice original paint piece. And we're going to draw this in the magic mineral spirits and let it clean itself up. When we get it all nice and clean, we'll get back to the rear brake and the hub and assembly and all that. Now, if you ever put any of these together, this says outside for a reason. So make sure you put it to the outside, face it the right way. Very important. So that's that. This comes apart quite simply. Pay attention here. The spring goes like this. This goes facing the backing plate. Your spring arms go like this. You put it the other way, you get squeaky brakes. The spring has to go facing the right way. So you put it together and your wheel goes squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. You didn't put your spring on right. They should never squeak when you push them. Not ever. It's absolutely unforgivable. In that said, I got a squeaky wheel on the bug there. Squeak, 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 squeak. Oh man, on and off, on and off. Ah, crap. Put an old stock front tire on it. It's a different size, and somehow it didn't squeak anymore. So, but they're not supposed to squeak. This does pop off, as you see, so make sure you disassemble it, because this will get brake dust and crap in there, and you build up crap, and it just kind of cocks everything and wears it all out. Unforgivable, totally unexcusable. These are real simple. You know, it doesn't get any more simple than these units here. The earlier stuff was more complicated than this. So, we'll see you guys in the next videos, and we're going to put this in the stuff and have it clean before we take that off. We've only got so much solvent tank stuff going, so one thing at a time. So it'll be a couple of days so we get back and make any other videos with Greenie here. So we got to let everything clean. So we'll see you guys in the next video.